You know you're slow when you're getting passed up by sailboats. Heading up towards the Okeechobee. Alright, guys and gals, we are coming into what I think is like Fort Myer proper, because the population density is getting pretty high here. I'll try to zoom in on some of these big buildings up there. I'll look on the map to figure out exactly where we are, but one of the nice things about being on the water is you don't really have to pay that much attention to it. You're just passing by. It's pretty cool just slowly passing through a big city like this. It's so busy, so much traffic, so much action, noise going on, but you're just... Do I need to say it again? It's the best place in the world to be. In this time where people are having such a hard time with buying a home, rent, exorbitant rents, getting a boat of some sort and just moving on to it, just makes so much sense. Now, I know this is not going to be news to a lot of people, and probably a lot of people that even watch our channel here, but it continually occurs to me. Like when we're down here in Florida and we'll go by, I just went by 4 or 5 sailboats, and you can tell people are living on them, and I'm like, it's a no-brainer. It's like, it's one way to beat this thing that's happening in society where for a lot of people it's hard to just find some basic secure place to live. It's a no-brainer. If you're struggling and you're kind of on the fence and you've never done the boat life and living on the water thing, there's not a lot of drawbacks from it. There's a few, like everything, but I think the pros are way outweigh the cons. It's just my thoughts. I'll keep thinking about this and share my observations. Especially here in Florida, there's a lot of people living on boats, and I'll give my 2 cents on it. Maybe it'll help. So. We got ourselves a swing bridge. Guess I gotta figure out how to call them and ask them to open it for me. Well, this is kind of cool. Navionics gives the contact phone number and channel that they're on. Let's give them a call. All right, we made the call, and I guess they're working on it at the moment. Normally they just see you coming and they'll open it, but right now some electricians are working on it right now, so we're just gonna wait until they open it. Shouldn't be too long. We are crossing under Interstate 75, which goes all the way up to Canada, goes into the UP of Michigan even, Sault Ste. Marie area, St. Agnes, and it goes all the way, well, obviously way down here into Florida. So one of the thoroughfares for the Michiganians, that snowbirds. I'm glad I'm not on it right now. This is the beginning of what I would call where this going into the Okeechobee here turns into a river, kind of funnels down out of the bays, and it starts to narrow down into a river or a channel. So we'll have some change of scenery here pretty soon. It certainly does look inviting over there. If there's even a couple 3 feet, we could pop into just about any of those spots. Okay guys, I was talking to a friend of mine on the phone like really engaged in a conversation. And I'm just cruising along. I have not been taking any footage, but it's been looking more or less like this. And I come up here and I'm like, what in the world is that? And I realize this is the first lock and dam on the Okeechobee cut. This is called Franklin Lock, I believe. I will show you on the Navionics here. But it's after 5 o'clock, and I do believe they are closed until the morning, so we're going to go find a place to anchor out. So stay tuned. Can you guys see that rainbow? Right there. Alright guys, let's go do a little exploring around this Franklin Lock, which is the first lock and dam you come to when you're crossing through the Okeechobee. I'm going to point out a few things. These are questions that I had that I presented to the Great Loop group on Facebook. I was asking them, because I've never been through here, right? And I'm like, how do the lock and dams work? And when you look on the map, it's here. I'm going to turn the motor off here. So maybe a lot of this route going through Florida here is, it's a channel. It's a narrow river / channel, and so you wonder, if you don't make it to a lock in time or you run out of daylight or whatever, is there a place to get off the channel? And so I presented that question to the Facebook group. Hi, everybody, if you're watching this. And one of the things they pointed out is, see these pylons here behind me? They call those dolphins, and they have big cleats on them, and you can tie up to those. Now, I don't usually, if I can anchor, I like to anchor. One reason why is the way my boat's set up. I have gutters that stick out, and if there's a post that's high enough, as high as the cabin, when wakes go by and boats go by it, the boat wants to do this, and it bangs the gutters up against the posts, and it's really difficult to try to accommodate that with bumpers and stuff. And so I just solved that problem by anchoring out as much as possible, which is what we just did. And at least in this first lock here, Franklin Lock, right before it, they close, I think, at 5, and we got here after 5. So we're just waiting till the morning, but there's just plenty of places to anchor out around here. And so why don't we just continue exploring around? I'll just show it to you, and then I'll read this to you real quick. W.T. Franklin Lock and Dam, constructed U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Jacksonville District, in cooperation with the Central and Southern Florida Flood Control District. Walter P. Franklin of Fort Myers devoted a lifetime to development of the Okeechobee waterway and to flood protection for Central Florida citizens. He was instrumental in gaining President Herbert Hoover's support to build the Lake Okeechobee dikes following disastrous hurricanes of 1926 and 1928. Building of the dikes led to opening of the Okeechobee waterway. By Act of Congress, July 1967, this water control structure was designated the W.T. Franklin Lock and Dam in commemoration of his unselfish service, foresight, and zeal for this vital waterway system. Dedicated 1969. All right, Beagle. Let's go. Let's go. Well, good morning, guys and gals. We are at the Franklin Lock and Dam on the Okeechobee. I'm going to turn the phone around and I'm going to show you what we got this morning. So we knew by the weather forecast that this was coming. Got a storm coming in this weekend. Today is Friday, I think. Yeah, Friday. And it's starting to rain. It's not cold. Getting the weather report for the episode. It's probably, well, it's nice. It's not cold. Busted up my gutter on this side. And now it's leaking, but it's not hurting anything. I'll fix it when I get home. So yeah, I love days like this, actually, in moderation. Kind of reminds me of like living in the Pacific Northwest, which I did for a couple of years back in the day. Though they get way too much of this and it starts to get depressing, but once in a while just having kind of a drizzly, rainy day and being inside. I wish I could spend today inside just like working on videos and stuff, but we got to pass through the lock and keep going, so that's what we're doing today. No problem. Wavy Gravy's just waiting for when she gets to go to shore. You're gonna get wet. Okay, guys, stay tuned. You're gonna get wet. I do believe this sign over here says there's a cord to pull. I don't know how close I want to get to that. Yeah, I don't like banging into stuff, but and maybe I'll try to catch him on the radio. Okay, we're slowly nudging up to it. This ain't easy. Okay, it worked. I pulled on it a couple times. Oh, awesome. That's how quick it works. They're opening up. First lock on Okeechobee. Exciting. Okay, we got a green light, guys. Probably see that. He barked at me over the intercom system or the loudspeaker to stop because I was coming into the railings here. So I think he's not happy with me. We'll see. Okay, so it looks like we're going up about 2 feet, and I have to tie front and back here, guys. Okay, she's not so bad. She's just teaching me the ropes, literally. Put your life jacket on, guys. They insist. Hey, guys, she's going to give me some pointers, and it'll come in handy for you guys, too. Howdy.
Hi, I got to give this to you.
Okay.
It's our brochure.
Okay.
It tells you how to lock through, but it also has all the locks and bridges phone numbers in it, just in case your radio goes out.
Okay, I was trying to call this morning, and maybe I was using the wrong number, but...
Well, no. Oh, hi, baby.
Wavy, you go back inside. Hey, you go back inside. Go. Come on.
Well, our landline phone is down, so there's a temporary cell number that's on there for you.
Okay, great.
Just don't forget all the locks all the way across are channel 13.
Channel 13, guys.
All the bridges are channel 9. You will have to, even though you're shorter, you will have to call one bridge, which is Port and Outswing Bridge. Everyone has to call for it. It's only like 7-foot clearance. That's it.
Okay, so there's a bridge up ahead of us, guys. It's 7-foot clearance. We're going to even have to call it. It's channel number 9 on the marine radio, and the locks are channel 13. In case you didn't hear that.
And then just once we get the gates fully open, you get that green light. You can come in. Usually, we'll tell you on the radio which side you want to tie, or which side we want you to tie to.
Okay. They usually tell on the radio, guys, what side to tie to. So just in case, I'm just reiterating because sometimes my volume's low. So.
Okay. I got a couple other pointers if you want those.
Absolutely.
Okay. So all of the locks will be like this, where they'll have lines hanging on both sides. Some of the other locks won't care which side you go to, since we have a lot of first timers coming through this lock, since it's the first one going eastbound. We like to have as many first timers over here on this side, so we can give you that brochure. This lock is 400 feet long, and you're going to go up 2 feet. All the water is gravity fed by the front gates.
Awesome.
And then, so the water's not pumped in from underneath, like some of the other locks up north. Anyway, the reason why I tell you it's 400 feet long is because all the other locks, they're only 250, so they're quite a bit shorter.
Okay.
And if you get too close to the front gates at the next lock, when you crack those front gates open, you have 8 feet of water coming at you. So
okay, so don't get too close to the far one on the 250 footers. Is that what you're saying?
I'm sorry, what?
Don't get too close to the front gate with the 250 footers.
Yes,
Is what you're saying?
Yeah,
okay.
Because when they crack those gates open, the 8 feet of water is going to move you a lot.
Okay.
So just keep adjusting your lines when you're in here, especially with that 8-foot increase. Keep adjusting those lines. And then you're going to go up until you get to Lake O at all the locks.
Okay.
And then on the other side, the east side, at the St. Lucie lock, you're going to go down.
Okay.
At that lock, you're going to go down anywhere from 8 to 16 feet, depending upon their tide on the east coast of Florida.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so I'm not sure how you're going to do it with that one, since you're single-handed with both your lines. You still have to have 2 lines.
I'll just run back and forth.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any questions?
No, I'll just kind of. I really appreciate you, teaching me the ropes, literally.
Sure. Not a problem. Have a good trip.
Thank you, guys. If the volume was too low for you to hear her instructions, I will do a voiceover when I do this part. If you didn't hear a voiceover, I was able to boost the audio. So, okay, I'm gonna turn the phone around. Yeah, these are different. Look at that. They open a gate. That's how we're going up 2 feet, and they open the gate and flood it. Look at that. Cool. Just crack them and flood it. Okay, so after they flood it, they open it up all the way for us to get through it. Pretty simple. Different than the locks we've seen along the way, guys, I would say. Okay, guys, then you just untie, cast the lines to the side, and slowly pull out.
I forgot one more thing.
Yeah.
We're letting a lot of water out of our spillways, our dams.
Okay.
So just make sure and stay totally clear of those, especially when you're approaching or leaving the lock area.
No problem.
See you later.
Okay, thank you. She really liked Wavey. Everybody likes Wavey until you get to know her. I always say it helps not to know her. Here's the dolphins you can tie up to. I never knew they were called dolphins. I've heard a couple people mention it, but now I know for sure what to call them. The dolphins. We've got a couple of big cruise ships. There's one behind that one. Wonder what the story is with those. Just a little bit east of the Franklin Lock here. I don't think I've had a chance to show you guys this yet. So back in Tarpon Springs, a boat went by really fast at the dock we were at, and it had those posts, and it busted up my gutters finally. We made it all the way to Florida without doing that. And how many locks? 50 locks. It is a really windy day. I'm going to try to prove it to you here. When you're a gas miser like I am and a cheapskate, going into the wind is always painful because you got to up the RPMs just to do any sort of decent speed. All right, guys and gals, we are coming up to Fort Denard Swing Bridge. Got a 9-foot clearance, which is pretty darn close for us, but I'm just going to go ahead and call them on Channel 9 and ask them to swing it for me. Well, I don't know. I'll get close to it. Maybe we can slip underneath it. We'll see. Okay, guys. I just had a conversation with the bridge operator there. She said that it's 10.5 feet going under the concrete portion of this, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I think they only hire women around here. Not that would be a bad thing. I'm just pointing it out. Yeah, we should be able to get under this just fine, as long as I can film it and get through at the same time. Oh, yeah. It's not much lower than the wombats we used to blast back home. To get that reference point. What do you think? We got it? Oh yeah, piece of cake. Cool. Thank you. gonna pop out here just for a second, guys, because no, Wavey, you're staying because it is raining. We are coming into, did I say come out? I don't think so. Coming into LaBelle, Florida, close to the Okeechobee. We're gonna stop here for a couple days, I think. Well, good morning, guys and gals. We are in LaBelle, Florida, which is a little town in the Okeechobee. I'll show you on the map. And it's been storming for a couple days, just raining and windy, and it got really windy last night, but today's nice. Let me turn the phone around, I'll show you.
Wavey knows we're going to shore.
I'm meeting some folks here this morning, or today, and they're going to take me to Walmart, and I think they live in a campground, and I'm going to do some laundry, and they're going to take me to a gas station, which is really nice of them. And we're going to do some exploring today. I'm going to show you around this little town of LaBelle. I've got a heads up on a couple of things to possibly share with you that might be interesting, so stay tuned.
Oh, hi, my name's Wavey Gravy, star of the channel. The really nice folks that we visited with in LaBelle, Florida made us treats. Made me homemade treats, and then also made Brenton homemade treats too, like cookies and stuff, which really just means they're my treats too. So I kind of got 2 treats, but we didn't do much filming, so we'll get back to it. Thanks.
We got someone heading the other way. That's a cool boat. Wow, it's like a pilot house. Nice little pilot house. Neat boat. If I was at a sailboat, I'd do something like that. That is cool. Man, he's moving too. He's probably doing 10 miles an hour. Here comes the wake. Oh my goodness. We are going to borrow this dock for a minute to let Wavey go do her business. Hey, Beagle. Just a minute. Just a minute. Oh my goodness, you want to go to shore? What is this? This is someone's property. We're gonna let Wavey do her thing here for a second. Do your thing, little dog. Okay, we got 3 peas and no poops. And we're trespassing, so you got your chance, Beagle. You're gonna have to hold your poop until the next stop. I had to look at my solar panels here. Look like they're pretty good. Might need a cleaning. This is the first push boat we have seen in a long time. I gotta better go steer so I don't run into them. Yeah, I'd say since Pensacola. There hasn't been really any of this going on. Good to see you guys again. Alright guys, we popped around the corner here and we're at the next lock and dam. I'll put it on the screen here what this one's called. And we'll come up here and figure out how to get through it. Stay tuned. Alright, so I called them and they said just wait for the green light. I can go through with the trawler that's ahead of us here, and just wear your life jacket and starboard side tie up. Stay tuned. This rarely happens. I just have it in gear idling, and the way the current is right now, we're staying just perfectly still. Like not advancing, not losing ground, just sitting still. Pretty awesome. And you guys can see we've got one more lock to go through right there. And then we're actually into Lake Okeechobee right there. We got a westbound boat coming through. Alright, we got the green light. Come on in. I'm gonna let these guys get situated before I come in behind them and tie to the wall. Okay, they're closing the gates behind us. Right off in the back also. Not sure how this is gonna go. I think we're going up. Alright guys, we are going up and it's just different. I hope I don't go and hit them. Okay guys, if you do go through these by yourself, looks like you can just kind of handle the front one, and the back one will kind of take care of itself. Though it does, now the back will go out longer unless I went back there and tightened it up. But I'm going to keep just trying to do it like this for now. Around the corner here, and that bridge is, I think, slowly spinning. I didn't think it was operational anymore, but maybe it is. Okay, now I can see it. It is moving. Well, look at that. Slow. Okay, so I radioed the lockmaster here and they said wait for the green light and side of our choice. So we're going to probably choose the port side. And we got the green light. We're going to grab that rope right there. I'm going to read that sign to you just in case you can't see it because of the sun. Lock procedures, life vest, wear is required. That's really how it says it. Turn off radar before entering chamber. Turn off engine. Secure bow and stern lines. Obey all lock operators' commandments. I didn't know about the turning off the motor. I have not seen anybody do that yet, and we haven't done that yet, so they must not enforce that too much. You see, we're going up in this one, just a little, a few feet. See, we're just about on par. To what?
Don't forget the royalty check from the movie you made.
Oh, send it here?
Yeah.
Okay.
How long do I have to wait?
Maybe like a month?
I got you.
Okay.
Have a good trip, Jay.
You too, thank you. Now they're opening it up slowly to let us through. Pretty simple operation. I think it mostly just works on gravity. Okay, so then we just turn to the right and we're going down to the cut through. I'll show you on avionics. It's been pretty windy. It's been extremely windy for probably 3 or 4 days straight, including today, but we're gonna at least move a little. We'll check out the crossing when we get there. So I would say almost any direction we've turned in the past 3 days, ever since we've gotten on the Okeechobee cut, we have been beating totally against the wind. It's pretty uncanny, actually. If we turn to the south, it's coming from the south. If we turn to the west, it's coming from the west. Kind of annoying.